I super excited about this, which is why I'm live early. I'm really interested in this process of adding like textured waves. And today I'm going to attempt to do it with a product called UTC. And what UTC is, it's Ultimate Top Coat, and it is made by Stone Coat, and they use it to top coat their their oh my goodness, I just brain farted, their countertops. Duh. And it's a very durable material. It's got kind of the consistency of a Mod Podge, and when it's put on too thick, it's kind of a white color, and when it's thinned out, it's translucent. This is all from yesterday, whatever day, the last test that we did with the waves. So I put a little bit of a luster white in here from Color Obsession to give it a little bit more of an opaque color. However, it is inherently like a milky color, but it's supposed to go clear when it's put on thin enough. And so I'm going to try to put this on in such a way that I can make waves and make thinner areas. If this works, it's going to be so revolutionary. Thank you, Sandy Sanders. And I think one other person mentioned trying this. Maybe it was TG. So I can't call this idea mine, but I'm going to do the test so you don't have to. Now, if you never used UTC before, it calls for mixing in some water. I used less water than it calls for because I want to have some of the white peaks, and I needed it to be a thicker consistency. It also has a pretty short working. No idea why I mixed this much up, but we're going to roll with it. Oh yeah, it does have a pretty quick working time. It starts to dry rather quickly, just like it would on a countertop. I don't know if because I'm applying it more thick that it's going to set up more quickly or less quickly. But we're going to find out together. All right, let's get the airbrush. And if you did not see the last video, I'm using an Iwata Enest airbrush, but you can just use a cheapy airbrush from Amazon. Okay, so it's blowing around much like the, ooh, I splattered. Okay, so 30 PSI, you don't want to get too close for because it's gonna do that. Also, Jeff and Canvas are rough housing witches. She just does that when she gets excited. And so because ocean, I'm going to kind of alternate how I do these waves. Goodness, I keep getting too close and like splattering myself. I am noticing that it's kind of letting me create the texture, but it's kind of melting back in itself a little bit, which could be cool as well. I'm trying to kind of blend one wave into the next because in my opinion and experience with oceans, that's what happens.
Oh, wow. Look at this. It's so fun.
Isn't it? I feel like I am airbrushing water.
So you just kind of globbed it on.
Yeah, I just chopped it on. And I'm just blowing little patches of UTC around.
See if we can, I'll take this so that we can get you an angle view.
I mean, maybe if I was doing this for just a demo, if I was doing this on a real piece, I would probably not do this thick of waves all the way back, because this looks like it makes sense closer to shore, but back into the deep, maybe not so much. If that makes sense. Or maybe just have like thicker.
Donna Parker said, "Morning, everyone."
Morning, Donna. How are things in the future?
Tell Marty McFly we said hi.
I really hope this turns out like.
What if you did a long?
Oh my goodness, this is already not moving. That's already like not moving. So I'm just gonna try to wake it up a little bit by applying just a tad bit more, just a tad, just skosh, smidge.
Do like a long spray. Like what?
Okay, I got you.
What would it just go like?
Do you want to do it, or you really want me to do it?
No, just.
Okay, you ready? I'm scared.
Then you have one big wave. Look how good that looks.
I just love the little ripples that it makes because it's so concentrated. And as long as you hold the airbrush at, you know, a proper angle so that it's creating
Right,
that
you're pushing
wave.
it. God, I keep forgetting the camera's on the bottom.
I just needed to tie that into something. It just wasn't making sense, but here we go.
Oh, it's on me.
Oh my goodness, I'm so loving it. What if this works and people can do this on their countertops?
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this. I can't ever figure out where to hold her phone.
I'm going to hit it with some heat from just a heat gun just to see what'll happen, because, you know, we do the test so you don't have to, and etc. And I mixed a luster white into this. Something is under me. B, will you help him? So when you're using UTC just regular on a countertop, you do not want to hit it with a heat gun because you want it to just take its time drying. You don't want the top to dry faster than the bottom because it could create like lap lines and just not a fun texture for your countertops, and it'll leave the white. So I'm thinking because I have thicker pockets of the UTC that those will stay white and the rest will just clear up. It's already starting to clear up except for back here because we just did that part. I'm thinking this is an awesome, awesome option if you want to create a textured wave.
Yeah, but the only thing that you, if you did on a counter, like that would be like.
Well, people have leathered granite on there, you know?
No, but I'm just saying like big.
You would just maybe need a leaf blower like we did in Hawaii. Can you imagine on a floor if you wanted to do a floor in an ocean? Because this stayed. It kept the lip of product, whereas resin would have self-leveled back into itself, you know? And they put UTC on floors. So now I'm like, Sandy has made me an innovator. Sandy. All right, so it's drying, and this is the UTC gloss. Granted, the gloss is not as gloss as one would hope a gloss would be. Yeah, when I get really close, I can make it move. So it's just gonna take a minute to actually dry. But I'm telling y'all, how fun. I mean, I got a little bit too excited apparently. No. All right, we're just gonna chop that back in. It's a wave, it's gonna have some texture. Just I just stuck my finger in the middle of my favorite wave. Because I'm genius. We can fix it. Let me just make it to where y'all can see this. Put it in the light so you can see all the texture. Apparently it's not enough texture to show. All right. There. All better. So what I was trying to show you before I stuck my finger in my piece was this kind of just splatter right here is from me using the airbrush a little too close to my surface and the PSI maybe being a little bit too high to be that close. And so I kind of just shot it everywhere. However, if you wanted to create that look, that's how you could do it. So even when I tilt it backwards, you can see the texture. Okay, so hear me out. You can see the texture, right? Because shadows and highlights, that's how science happens. But look how low profile that texture is. It's almost not even noticeable. So I think that it would still read really well on a countertop. But what do you guys think? I want to know what y'all think. Is this something you would try? Is this an idea you're into? Do you like textured artwork? What do you think? I'm going to get to the comments real quick while I have a second. No, I'm sticky. Hold on. I'm coming back to the comments. I just have to get one of my wipes, which I am using these mixed media wipes. These wipes are supposed to be better for the environment and better for you. And they get resin and sticky stuff off really quickly, easily, and awesomely. So what can I answer for y'all? Melissa, Shelly, Melody, Angie, Kansas. We'll be in Kansas over Christmas. Yeah, Christmas. Donna, I hope your day has been brilliant so far. Oh my goodness. Looking good already, mate. Thank you. Friday is great. You'll like it, I think. Sweet. Anything from the future is great. I'm here for it. Definitely want to try this. What's up, Kim? How are you doing today? I hope it's brilliant over there. I've had a lot of people comment on my videos lately about coming to Australia. And if you don't know, we are partnering with one of the people is Kim from Color Passion. If you have any questions about her amazing products, she's in the room. She's the one that creates the base cell pastes that work so great. I have so much of that stuff left over. Sorry, I just switched mindsets just mid-sentence. What could I do with this? Maybe we could do another one. Let's see about just doing, hi, Miss Ma'am. Let's just do a texture on this one. I have a lot of oceans. Can you guys see this? It would make really great clouds. Hi, ma'am. Do you want this? Is this yours? Is it yours? Oh, someone came to see me. Is this yours? Do you give me a puppy kiss? Rude. Here, take this and go lay down. Meanie. Are you coming in April maybe? It was originally going to be April, but that may not work. Wait. It may be May. We're thinking kind of May now. Okay. So to get all of this in frame, this is the one we did with Mod Podge. Hopefully you can see that pretty rad texture that we made. Let me just get you guys zoomed into the proper area. Cool, 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 cool. Let me get this. I also want to see about doing, I bet I could do bioluminescent. I'm sure I said that wrong. Those kind of waves. I'm just going to try kind of a thinner application and see if it works just as well, because I want to do the test so y'all don't have to. And I forgot what I was also saying. Oh, bioluminescent waves and I want to try some chameleon waves as well. But that'll have to be over a black beach to get like the best color payoff for those. So stay tuned for that video. I'm also in the midst of editing down my video with Rhonda for Crime and Craft, but it is a little bit different than, I'm just doing the textured one on this one. I'm not doing actual waves. And I think it's starting to, I think this stuff's starting to set already. Crime and Craft, yes. Okay, so the structure of that one is just a little bit different because Rhonda was teaching like some instructional bits of the process instead of how I've been doing it in kind of a, let me show you how to do it, and it's more focused on the story. This one is kind of a 50-50 on story along with process, because I'm still feeling my way through this to see what you guys like and what you guys don't like. So this moves a lot, very different from how the Mod Podge moved. And that could be because it's thicker at this point because it's been kind of setting up already. But I still am very interested in seeing what kind of textures this does with these little peaks and valleys that we're swirling in. I do want to take down some of those high point swirlies though. Y'all just trust the process, okay? It's going to be amazing. So anyways, it's an awesome case, and Rhonda was as animated as she always is during the telling of it. And I'm really interested to see what format you guys really like, because I'm really relying a lot on you guys during this like rollout process, because y'all, many of you have been with us from the beginning and seen a whole bunch of evolution in our everything. And I trust y'all's judgment, and I want to know what format you guys like the best so that I can kind of cater to, you know, what you guys think works, not so much what like the newcomers say. I mean, I care about what everybody thinks. The character flaw, I think. I care what everyone thinks, but I super care what, you know, my longtime fam thinks. And so I'm very, very curious to see if you guys like this format that I filmed this new one in. So please, on every, no, okay, that's a big ask. You don't have to go and comment on every video or every Crime and Craft, but whenever you guys watch one, if you watch one, I would love it if you would tell me, like, I like this format better in this video versus how you did it in last week's or whatever. And I think that's kind of what's taking me so long to put some of the videos out, is trying to figure out how to best format the video for you guys and for what I'm creating in the time and how the story is being told and what kind of videos I have to overlay. Y'all, editing videos takes so long. And I think that's why I ended up going to live feeds. On top of the fact that I wanted to really interact with you guys, which the live feeds are very great for. I just wanted to get away from editing as well. But here I am, back to editing, which is okay. Who needs sleep anyways? So I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm just trying to let you guys know what I'm thinking about while I can't read the feeds. I'm trying to move really fast with this because it is starting to set up as I'm working with it. UTC in its standard regular as intended application has like 15-20 minutes in a standard, you know, in regular weather, like a dry 72. The hotter it is, the faster you have to work. The colder it is, you have a little bit more working time. But since I kind of altered the formula a little bit to make it thicker, I think I've cut into my working time on top of the fact that it's been past the 15-20 standard minutes. All right. So I want to kind of feather in the UTC to the wave that I already have here. So I'm really trying to push. Whereas back here, I was just doing swirlies. In the front, I want to kind of ombre it. So I'm doing a really strong push so that where I have put the UTC kind of fades into itself and into the where the regular water is. I don't want it to be a stark contrast, and I also don't want to bring it up to my original line. So that's what we did. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see how this cures. I really want to know what you guys think of what this is, what it could be. What do you guys think would be better than using UTC and Mod Podge to get nice water texture? Anytime someone comes to me with a challenge of creating water, I'm in. She's just in here chewing on her thing. I did lean it up against something. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I didn't even notice that I did that. Let me just bring you guys down so I can show you what I did and what it's doing. Sorry for the movement. Sorry about that. Sorry. I did lean it upright, just trying to get it out of the way, but not let the pups step on it. Let me turn a flash on. Ooh. So that white luster is kind of really taking over. And since I did put it up like this, it's, I guess that if, I don't know numbers. I wanted to say 45, but I could be very wrong. So I'm going to lean it kind of down a little bit. So it's a lot more than what it was. Actually, I like that lip that it's made. So I may just lay it back. So that's a lot more of a texture than when I showed you guys earlier. But that's okay because that means it's kind of taken away from in between each of my waves. So it's going to thin that out. So it'll make it more translucent and it'll make where all of it's collecting more opaque. So that may have been just a happy accident, you know? I love bioluminescent waves, but I always say it wrong. I think chameleon waves would be super cool. I just have to paint a black ocean first. What's up, Victoria? How are you doing? So I mixed up entirely too much UTC, and it is turned into kind of a glue consistency. So it's almost done with its working time at this point. but it is the gloss UTC. And I need to put this in water before I ruin this brush and get a lecture. Shh, don't tell Jeff. It's UTC that we're trying, and I did a swirly application on that one and a wave application on this one, and we're going to see if it is as awesome as the Mod Podge was. For sure, it enhanced the rollover of the waves. Color Passion said, I'm wondering what it would be like using alcohol ink white with a Mod Podge. Well, I'm not sure because they're different forms of soluble, like one's alcohol soluble and one's, water-based. I don't know how it would mix together, but I can always give it a shot. So this is bothering me where these two waves are connecting. And I don't know if this is going to be one of those know when to quit moments or not. We're going to find out together. Okay, ready? I'm not ready. I'm ready. I just popped that. Is that dry? No. You can fade that. I feel like that looks a little bit better, but also I'm not trying to risk it for anything else because now there's kind of a different texture here than there is on the rest of it. And I'm going to only look at that spot. So know when to hold them and know when to fold them. What's up, Christy? How are you doing? So yeah, I think using UTC may be a viable other way to do ocean waves. And I did mix a luster white mica into this UTC before applying it. I don't know if you can see it when it's concentrated like this. Yeah, probably not. Yes, Christy, these waves are UTC because I don't know, I'm sure you've mixed it up. I know you've mixed it up. Where it's kind of thicker, it's going to be opaque or white or cloudy. And where it's thinner, it's going to go clear. So it's kind of ideal for waves and what we're trying to do. But I don't know how it's going to keep its texture, keep the peaks. So that's what this test is all about. So I did a swirly application just to see what would happen. And I did just a wavy application just to see what would happen. I will not be flood coating this. If you've never worked with UTC before, nothing sticks to this. It was actually invented to be like a wall protectant or repellent. If you have UTC on anything, you theoretically could draw on it with a Sharpie and then soap and water it off, theoretically. I know for a fact that if you paint on this UTC and you put tape on what you painted, like maybe you were masking it off, maybe for a lip piece, and then you took the masking off, it would take all the paint with it. Don't ask me how I know, because I'm just going to tell you. I did a painting on something that I wanted matte, so I did matte UTC on it. It was gorgeous, beautiful. And then I painted lips, and then I painted teeth, and I was masking off the teeth so I could airbrush the lips. And I took the masking off of the teeth, and it took the teeth with it. So from my experience, nothing really does stick to UTC, and I would imagine that includes resin. This is the Stone Coat UTC, specifically the Stone Coat UTC gloss. However, I would call it satin. It would be great on ocean tumblers, which I am going to try probably next. So yeah, I'm going to set it on the slightest little incline, and it may even fall while I take the pups out, but he's definitely just chomping at the bit to get taken out. I don't have visual on Crazy Lady, but I'm sure she's chewing on something. Oh, she's not chewing on something. Okay, I've been flood coating things all day, so that's why my table looks like this, but I'm going to wrap it up and clean it later. We flood coated all those pieces today. All right, you guys, I got to take this lady out. I hope you guys have a great evening. We'll be driving down to Seguin tomorrow because it's Kenny's birthday, his 50th on Saturday. But I will be posting some shorts from down there. Mitch will be there. Luke will be there. We will be there. And vicariously, y'all will be there. I hope you have a great evening. Be kind to one another because you never know what someone's going through. And always remember, we do the test so you don't have to. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Go say bye.